down the racetrack and opening up a pair of slick tire cars. Nitrous car right side, twin turbo car left hand side. Left hand side is your current number 2 in the standings. This is Aiden Bailey. Here you go, Bailey. Wait a second, any relation to Tom? Yeah, that's Tom Bailey, the man behind Sigma Magazine, backing his son up into his own tracks. The car they call the Deuce Box. This is an LS twin turbo 57 Chevy, slightly patinaed, just slightly. It does have a roof rack that they detach off the rails, by the way. That's what carries all his spare stuff. It went 524 at 132 miles an hour on day number 1. He'll line up opposite Tim Darnell, the nitrous-infused LS swapped 91 Trans Am on the right side. He went 219 on the first day. We're going to 526 at 127 miles an hour with the laundry out.
We are at Michigan Miles. That's Northern Michigan Dragway in Kaleva, Michigan. And I'm gonna take you a little walk around. Week is a drag and drive, like hot rod drag week, and it's also part of Sick Seconds. Tom Bailey had the first 6-second car, Camaro, and he started putting on these events like Drag Week. First one called Sick Week. Takes place at, I think, like the end of January in Florida, and now he's expanded it. So this one's called Sick Michigan Miles. Speaking of Tom, there's Tom and his son Aiden, and they have this 57 Chevy. I don't know if it's the original shit box of doom, but it's the current Deuce Box, and it is a turbo LS car. I'm sure some of you know, but some of you don't know, drag and drive is kind of like the evolution of drag racing or streetcar drag racing. Like back in the day, we used to race NMCA, fastest streetcar shootouts, and this kind of evolved. In fact, I was at the first one in '92 in Memphis, Tennessee. And we raced a class called Top Stock with our Monte Carlo, and I got to see the first hot rod fastest streetcar shootout. So this has kind of evolved from that. It was like, what are the fastest streetcars in America? And then it got out of control. It was basically pro mods with license plates, right? And it still is kind of like that. But now with events like this, they make them drive from location to location. So you see these race cars, and they have to drive 1,000 miles. They might get quarantined, which is like a quarantine, which is like if they're doing something suspicious, they were like, don't let them have support vehicles or people doing those types of shady activity. You're supposed to be self-contained. You can have a little trailer, you can have a friend, you can have can have your tools and stuff. And then here also, like, these guys come around, they got a little ice cream truck and they're handing out ice cream sandwiches to some of the competitors, which is cool. So,
you know, I mean, it's got a mid-70s Bob Glidden paint scheme on it. It's got a 4x4 stance.
But this is Northern Michigan Dragway. It's an 8th mile track in Kaleva, Michigan, which is sort of by Manistee, between Manistee and Traverse City. It is pretty old school. We've got some friends that run up here. Their bracket program, and got a lot of trees here. It's a very old school track. There's a dirt road coming in. See, look at the love. A lot of people come here for the weekly program, but this week they're doing 4 tracks in 5 days. So they started at Milan, Michigan. Yesterday they were at Mid-Michigan Motorplex in Stanton, Michigan. I was gonna go, but it rained out. This is a sweet two-door Blazer Tahoe. Some Hellcats, some Corvettes. But yeah, it rained yesterday. Here's a 74 to 77, I guess. Cletus is making those popular. So these guys, they're putting some street tires on, and they're about to make their drive. They got a pretty cool truck bed trailer. That's another thing. I'm building the Monte Carlo for drag and drive. I want to do this type of thing so I can run to my local track, and I could also do events like this. And some of the trailers are pretty unique. Like we saw a truck bed one. A lot of people started, they were using those little U-Haul trailers. I think the rule is single axle only. So you can carry your tools and your parts and your suitcases, I guess. This here looks like a semi-permanent campground area. This guy must have made his passes, and he's heading out.
Now Maxie, who has made our quickest pass, he only went. He made a 690.
Nice 57 Chevy.
I haven't seen him back yet, so I wonder if he's just going to be like, you know what? I'm going to get on the road and I'm going to enjoy it. You know, maybe get away from all the bad weather and the juju.
I think this is. I'm all over the place because I'm seeing stuff, doing it live. But they also have this thing called Sick Ward, where it's kind of like Hot Rod Power Tour, where you don't necessarily have to race. The race usually sells out really fast, but you can drive along, and you got a parking spot with other cool cars, so you can drive the route and all that. So, but yeah, just drive your shit. So here's some Sick Ward stuff. This is like a 84, 85 two-tone T-type. You got a custom. Pretty neat. So there's a bunch of different classes. Big tire classes, small tire classes, street tire class. Different ET ranges. Sometimes you have to, like, there's like an 850 class usually and a 10 flat class usually, because that's kind of where safety regulations are. 10-second roll bar, 850 roll bar. Then you got to go into different certifications to go faster than that. So, and usually the winner is the fastest average at every track for the week. You made the drive, you passed tech, you did all that stuff right, and you were the fastest. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting the money on the road for something like this. And also, there's one called Six Smokies, and my house is in just north of Nashville, Tennessee, and it's gonna go right past my house, like 5 minutes from a racetrack called Music City Raceway. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go check that out in October. But here's a really cool example of a nice trailer. So they got a generator, they got solar panels, they've got all their tools and everything. It lifts up. So they're self-contained. And that's probably like I think that's like a turbo Coyote or something, or a supercharged Coyote, and it's like an 8-second car. Thor. Never mind, that's a small block turbo car.
Then we do what's known as an all-run. You notice in the all-run, we have much less cars because a lot of people think that one run and they're like, I'm good with it. They're going to turn it in and then they pack it and get a
Turbo LS. Chevy 2.
Get over to the right-hand side, check out all these cars, especially for some of them that have made them.
So
They're going to convert their vehicles over. It gives you a chance.
if you're not happy with your first run, you can make another run. Or if you're happy with your first run, you can just pack up and go, so you don't break your stuff. So these guys are switching over to their street tires and heading out.
And they really enjoy
So
being a part of something like this, and if they can encourage somebody else.
I don't know. I like the scene. This is my kind of thing. So.
End up making friends with people who's different than me, or even completely different parts of the country.
Look at
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Tom considers a Michigan-based event in the future, but like you said, it won't be the exact same racetrack, meaning before we're using here.
friend Joseph, Turbo V6. Joseph Potak, who built the LS, or did the LS swap and LS building LS engine book with my friend Jefferson Bryant. Interchange book. But yeah, they don't even have a trailer. They just got a big roof rack on this thing.
That's one of those things where the effort is definitely there. Mother Nature just basically did not want us to have this fun. We were 5 minutes away from spraying that race.
I believe that's like a 408 with twin turbos. I think it's based on, if I remember right, or maybe not this version, but the last version was based on like a Richard Holdner combination. So Richard, the LS dyno guy on YouTube, he it's a 408 with a twin turbo, and I think it makes like 1,200 horsepower or something. So I think that car has gone 7s in the quarter. I think it wrecked too a year or two ago, and they came back and built another one or fixed it. I don't know the full story on that. But yeah, this is a neat old track, and a fun little Wednesday. You call it a sick week, like you're taking off work. I actually took work off today to come here, and had a little afternoon. So yeah, you can drive whatever. There's some really fast diesel trucks. There's a lot of cool stuff. remember coming to this track when I was younger. My dad mainly raced quarter mile, so we were more Stanton and Martin and Indy and Norwalk. But I remember coming here a couple times, so it's cool to see. But it's like going back in time.
38 cubic inches of small washboard with twin hair dryers, twin turbos on board. Per keeper. How about 561 at 126 miles an hour? That is his best run of the week. He went 564 at Tirana. Knocked 300ths of a second off of it. That will be a turn at the time slip and get on the road.
Watch Joseph run.
Good run there for Tom Keeper. Well done, Thomas. Joseph Botek and Harry Ulrich coming back around. Harry just went 8:15 at the Grand National. That's his at 104, 811. Harry continues to keep knocking ET off the time slip. 811 at 92 miles an hour.
That's
National.
427 LS in that 5th gen Camaro.
So looks like this is our last car on drag radials that I see. Actually, no, we have one more. Looks like Frank Webb might be back there. Probably trying to get suited up, quick enough to make one more shot on that Fairmont. And then once we get the lane 50
yeah, this place is cool. It's like an old school 60s, 70s drag strip. That campground vibe. And I don't know. Oh, it's pretty cool. Notice this sweet OBS with the blue and silver flames and a skull on the front. There's my truck. So kind of seen all I gotta see, and I'm probably gonna head out here soon. So I'll probably shoot one of these also at the Six Smokies when it comes to Music City Raceway next door to my house. And I'm also going to LS Fest for a day, and then Triple Crown of Rodding in Nashville week after. It's the same weekend as LS Fest, but I'm going to both events. So week after Labor Day. So I'll shoot some video at those too. All right, thanks. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you. Jeff Lee, ET Enterprise.
Again, the thing is you're going to want to run something that is, you're going to be competitive. Like the top three are only separated by about a quarter of a second, and that could be traction limited or your tune-up just being too soft. So the reason I ask you that is because sometimes people have hesitation at a brand new track and they wonder what it can handle. So let's say it can handle it the best. We actually had a top-field drag show a couple years ago. drag radials, and that's just to plug a different tire on and try it. Now on the left side, Tom Keeper also went through a whole bunch of changes in this former farm truck F-150. It's now 438 cubic inches all on board with twins on board. Sideways there, 679. It will not just snap back. So both of these cars coming up next are both drag radial cars. Left-hand side, Kevin Parton. Right-hand side, that's Frank Webb. Now Webb's car, the Ford Fairmont Futura, that one has 408 cubic inches of small block Ford on board with a single 98mm turbo. On the left-hand side, a brand new engine combination for Kevin Parton. It has 427 cubic inches of LS combo with a pair of pretty small turbos on it. He said he can stage it almost like a nitrous or a blower car because it spools up instantly when he gets on the boost curve. Frank gets it pumped in, there's no break. Martin's car kind of kicked the rear end sideways. Webb will go 637 at quickest Chevy, quickest Pontiac, etc. A lot of these folks that are out here are going for that overall helmet. They want low ET. That'll bring up one of our quickest stick shift rides. As a matter of fact, this is the quickest stick shift ride so far. Brian Reed. He's driving the Coyote Swap stick shifted with 94 model Mustang right side. He'll have the but he's going to get there. 586 at 122, 665 at 80.